Jenny and Sumit face their issues: love, control, money, and family drama. Jenny and Sumit came to times 90-day, the last resort times, hoping to repair their marriage. But almost immediately, it became clear that their biggest problem wasn't one argument. It was asterisk, asterisk, everything asterisk, asterisk. They are dealing with living under Sumit's parents' roof, financial secrets, disagreements over drinking, trust issues, and a growing battle over who gets to make the decisions in their marriage. And then Sumit reveals something that could change everything. He admits there are asterisk, asterisk financial details he has kept from Jenny, asterisk, asterisk, and he knows she is going to be furious when she finds out. After 7 years together, are Jenny and Sumit finally reaching their breaking point? Because this time, love alone may not be enough. Jenny and Sumit's relationship has never been simple. The couple has been together for years, and their relationship has survived family opposition, cultural differences, financial struggles, and plenty of emotional ups and downs. Now they're married, but instead of finally enjoying the independent life they wanted, they're still living with Sumit's parents. And for Jenny, that situation has become unbearable. The couple explains that after Sumit's parents eventually accepted their relationship, their financial situation took another turn. Sumit lost his job, they couldn't afford to live independently, and they moved back in with his parents. They also tried starting a family restaurant together. Unfortunately, that plan didn't work out the way they hoped. The restaurant struggled, eventually closed, and Jenny now feels trapped. For her, the problem isn't simply having roommates. It's the fact that she feels like she has no real independence inside her own marriage. She makes it clear that she wants out. Sumit, however, sees the situation very differently. His parents have finally accepted Jenny after years of tension. He doesn't want to destroy that progress by suddenly telling them they need to leave. But there's another problem. They don't have enough money to comfortably move into their own place. That creates a vicious cycle. Jenny wants independence. Sumit says independence costs money. And because they don't have the money, they remain with his parents. Meanwhile, the resentment keeps growing. Then there's the issue of drinking. During their first night at the retreat, Sumit wants to relax, meet the other couples, and have some drinks. Jenny isn't comfortable with it. She says Sumit has changed since their business closed. According to her, he enjoys partying and drinking more than he used to, and she worries about what happens when he drinks too much. Sumit sees Jenny's behavior differently. He feels controlled. And that becomes one of the first major arguments of the retreat. Jenny asks him to stop drinking. Sumit doesn't immediately listen. The disagreement escalates, and Sumit tells the group that he feels like Jenny is constantly trying to control him. But his frustration goes even deeper. He compares his relationship with Jenny to his relationship with his mother. In his mind, he is caught between two people telling him what to do. His parents have expectations. His wife has expectations. And Sumit feels like he can't win. But drinking isn't the only thing threatening their marriage. During therapy, Jenny brings up another major issue. Asterisk, asterisk, money and communication. Asterisk, asterisk. She reveals that Sumit invested $50,000 without telling her first. For Jenny, that's not a minor disagreement. They're married. She believes financial decisions involving that amount of money should be discussed together. Sumit argues that he didn't lose the money and that he had an opportunity to make money that might have disappeared if he waited. That's where their communication styles collide. Jenny sees the decision as secrecy. Sumit sees it as taking a financial opportunity. Neither one seems willing to completely understand the other's perspective. And this is exactly why their therapist identifies communication as one of the major problems in the relationship. The issue isn't simply whether the investment worked. The bigger question is, asterisk, asterisk, why didn't Sumit feel comfortable telling his wife before making the decision? Asterisk, asterisk. And why does Sumit believe Jenny will become so angry when he tells her the truth? That question becomes even more important when Sumit admits that there are additional financial details he has been keeping from Jenny. He knows she could be extremely upset, and he even admits that she might leave him because of it. That is a huge warning sign. Because when a marriage already has trust problems, hiding financial information can make the entire relationship feel unstable. Here's where Jenny and Sumit's relationship gets especially complicated. You can clearly see that they still love each other. Sumit says he can't imagine his life without Jenny. They both acknowledge that despite their arguments, there is still passion and affection between them. But love isn't automatically the same thing as a healthy relationship. And that's the problem they're facing. Jenny feels that Sumit doesn't respect her concerns. Sumit feels that Jenny doesn't respect his independence. Jenny wants him to communicate. Sumit wants her to trust him. Jenny wants their own home. Sumit feels responsible for maintaining his relationship with his parents. And underneath all of it is money. That combination is explosive. The drinking argument is a perfect example. Jenny isn't simply upset because Sumit wants a drink. She's reacting to a larger pattern that she believes has been happening in their marriage. She worries that he drinks too much. She worries about his behavior when he's drinking. And she feels that when she expresses her concerns, he ignores them. But Sumit's perspective matters too. If every decision he makes requires Jenny's approval, he may eventually feel less like a husband and more like someone who has to ask permission for everything. That's why his comparison to living with two mothers is so revealing. It tells us how trapped he feels. But Jenny's perspective also reveals why she has become so controlling. When trust has been damaged, people often try to regain security by controlling the situation around them. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. Jenny doesn't trust Sumit's decisions. Sumit doesn't trust Jenny's reactions. So Jenny pushes harder. Sumit hides more. Jenny becomes more suspicious. Sumit becomes more defensive. And the cycle repeats. That's not a communication problem anymore. That's a *** trust problem, ***. Then there's the family issue. This may actually be their biggest obstacle. Jenny comes from a culture where adult children are generally expected to become independent and establish their own households. Sumit's family operates under a different set of expectations. He explains that in his culture, parents can come before a spouse in the family hierarchy. And Jenny absolutely does not accept that. She makes her position crystal clear. She is his wife, and she believes she should come first. That's not a small disagreement. That's a fundamental difference in how they understand marriage. Sumit doesn't want to abandon his parents after everything they have been through. Jenny doesn't want to spend the rest of her marriage living under someone else's roof. Both positions are understandable, but they cannot both continue indefinitely. At some point, someone has to compromise. And that's exactly what therapy is forcing them to confront. The retreat is supposed to help Jenny and Sumit find common ground, but their problems are connected in ways that make everything more difficult. Their financial problems keep them living with his parents. Living with his parents creates tension and limits their privacy. That tension contributes to frustration in their marriage. Their communication problems make financial decisions harder. The lack of trust makes Jenny more suspicious. And Jenny's attempts to control certain situations make Sumit feel trapped. It's one giant cycle. And if they only fix one piece of it, the rest could still fall apart. That's why Sumit's final confession about hidden financial information is so important. He already knows Jenny is going to be angry. He already knows this could threaten their marriage. So the question becomes, ***, what exactly has he been keeping from her? ***, and more importantly, why did he feel that hiding it was easier than having an honest conversation with his wife? For Jenny, this could become the ultimate test of trust. For Sumit, it could be the moment when he finally has to choose between avoiding conflict and telling the complete truth. And if their relationship is going to survive, they may have to stop trying to win individual arguments and start addressing the real issue. They need to decide what their marriage actually looks like, not what his parents expect, not what Jenny expects, not what Sumit thinks will ***, but what ***, both of them, ***, are willing to build together. Number, outro 530. End Jenny and Sumit's story is complicated because there's clearly still love between them. But love doesn't erase financial disagreements, it doesn't solve family conflicts, and it doesn't automatically create trust. Right now, Jenny wants independence and transparency. Sumit wants freedom from feeling controlled while still maintaining his relationship with his parents. And somewhere between those two positions, their marriage is being tested. The biggest question isn't whether Jenny and Sumit love each other. They obviously do. The real question is whether they can finally learn how to trust each other without one person feeling controlled and the other feeling ignored. And now that Sumit has admitted there are financial secrets Jenny doesn't know about, their next conversation could be one of the most important moments of their entire relationship. So what do you think? Is Jenny being too controlling, or has Sumit given her enough reasons not to trust him? Asterisk, asterisk. And if you were in Jenny's position, would you stay and fight for the marriage or finally walk away? Let me know your opinion in the comments, because this relationship is definitely not as simple as love versus hate.